Hello, it's a beautiful day for some DSA and welcome to the Cozy Club. Today I'm excited to bring you the complete free-to-play farming guide to Disney Sorcerer's Arena. If you haven't been here before, my name's Cozy Gamer and I'm going to be your go-to source for all news, video guides, and tips and tricks in DSA. So if you want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, let's go ahead and get started and look at the complete farming guide. So whether you just started playing or you've been playing since global launch, there's going to be something for you in this guide. So the reason I made this guide is that I really want to make sure that you're going to have the best chance to do well as a free-to-play player in Sorcerer's Tournament and live PvP. Not only that, but most importantly, we want to make sure we have the right characters farm so the next time your favorite character event comes by, you're equipped and you're ready to get them. All right, Cozy Club, so let's get started. So phase one is, you guessed it, Kingdom. Now, Kingdom is used everywhere within DSA, whether it's tower or fighting in PvP and PvE, challenges, you name it, you're going to want a Kingdom team, and this is where you're going to want to start on your journey in DSA. First, it was hard for me to decide whether you should be putting all your resources when you begin, going for Frozen or going for Kingdom, and I've settled that Kingdom is the way to go. Why? Well, the Frozen team is, yes, currently the best team probably within DSA. The Kingdom team is a very general tag. Frozen, unless we get some new Frozen characters, that's about where they're going to cap off, while Kingdom can keep growing and keep adding synergies to make sure that they continue to compete with the meta down the line. So again, we're going to focus on the most efficient characters to farm, not only for getting your Kingdom team and your main 5 together, but also to get you ready to get some tower done and get other things unlocked like challenges and starting on event character farming. So as you can see here, we're not exactly only focusing on the Kingdom team. We want to make sure that you're best equipped to be able to do things going forward. So I have you working on both the Kingdom team and some other side projects along the way. So starting off and looking at the tournament exchange, you're going to want to go ahead and go after Shan Yu first. Big surprise there, right? You're going to want to make sure, and it's different on what people think, but I think you're going to go ahead and get Shan Yu to 5 stars and then stop and then go to Anna and get her to 5 stars. That way you give yourself a nice base team to work with. And then after that, you of course want to go ahead and finish off Shan Yu, and we'll get to Anna later. Again, while we're going through this guide, if you finish any of these early, go ahead and go to the next phase and then start working on those characters. You always want to be making sure that you're farming the next character phase to best prepare yourself for both future events and just getting your roster to the best that it can be. So looking at the club exchange, I want you to go ahead and focus Captain Jack Sparrow to about 5 stars. And why I say this is because he's going to be one of the best plug-and-play characters in the game that you can use in any squad, but also he's going to help you get through challenges. Most importantly, he's an oceanic character for Tower 3, and you need oceanic characters to get through it, and really between Ariel and him, which yes, focus on Ariel just a little bit, but get him ready to go and help you through Tower 3. 5 stars should be plenty. And then after that, you're going to want to go ahead and move on to one of the best tanks, if not the best in the game, and that's Kristoff. Now, Kristoff is great. He's used to get Frozen characters. Just start focusing on him heavily after we get done with Captain Jack Sparrow at 5 stars. You want to start getting Kristoff all the way to 7 stars, so put all of your effort towards him. All right, so looking at the tower exchange, this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I think that you should save all of your currency from the tower exchange until you've beaten Tower 3. The main reason for this is that you don't want to be unlocking these spells that really you're not going to use in the late game. It's all about hoarding this currency, and then once you've beaten Tower 3, you have access to a lot more spells like Golden Hammer and Peter's Shadow that you can continue to open the spell packs and get yourself spells worth using down the line. For the meantime, use Duke Kaboom, use the Meteor, use spells that you get in events, but for this, just keep that currency and keep it close. All right, now looking at the Heroes campaign, there's really no one we want in the Heroes campaign, and that's funny enough because the same energy that we use there, we're gonna be using in the Villains campaign. Now, quick note for the Villains campaign, I would go ahead and focus on Demona because she's going to be a great character to help you get through those early levels. If you need extra help, get Syndrome in the club exchange, but try to focus on Kristoff. And once you've able to beat a little bit of the Villains campaign and you've made your way through the Heroes campaign, go ahead and grab yourself Genie and Jasmine. Now you're gonna have access to Jasmine first, and with her buff, she is incredible. She's gonna help you get through challenges, tower and get you one step closer to Jafar. With Raja being a awesome tank and a great distraction for the AI to go up against in challenges, this is a great farm, and put all of your energy going towards Jasmine or Genie or both at the same time. Now, if you have a little bit of extra gems in the pocket, go ahead and start getting Genie through the premium exchange. I believe it's 150 gems for 3 Genie shards. Start slowly adding that in your rotation, and it'll get that Aladdin and Kingdom crew even faster. Once you have this Aladdin team, you can go ahead and check out my last video, and you're going to see the complete guide on how to use the Aladdin team and the best way to get yourself going with this great new buff squad. Now listen, you're going to be tempted. There's going to be events coming out. There's going to be great, flashy, buy me, go after this character. You're going to unlock a new path and see characters you want. Stay on target. Make sure you finish going for the team that you want, get them up to 7 stars, and finish them off before going to a next project. Of course, if you do have a little bit of money to spend, go ahead, get the new characters coming out. If you are a whale or a dolphin, and that's for you that don't know, whale spends a lot of money in this game. Dolphins, spend a little bit of money in this game. Genie is an awesome character to put in with your Kingdom team, but until you get him, because he's a little hard to get, being only available on one node, you can put in that Sorcerer's Mickey that you have in your roster, or go ahead and have Honor or some of the other Kingdom characters fill his spot. I'm a big Genie fan, and he's an awesome character, so do make sure you unlock him along the journey so that we can go after the amazing, incredible, villainous Jafar. Now, Jafar is going to be available in the event when you start playing. You may not get him the first time around, but however, he should be available sometime after that, and you can use your newly acquired Aladdin team to get those awesome Jafar shards. Now, looking at the grand campaign, we're going to want to completely go after Aladdin. Put every purple energy towards Aladdin. He's worth every bit of it. So if you want to use your gems in the smartest way, I would go ahead and recommend using them on the gem refreshes to get more energy. You're going to have 350 gem refreshes, and you're also going to have 3 100 gem refreshes for grand campaign. If you want to spend even a little bit more, you can go ahead and use the 50 gem refresh on both Jasmine and Genie, or ask your club and get that free refresh so that you can get more shards for both of them. All right, now again, the key is to get the complete Aladdin team unlocked, and this is going to have you set up for both future Kingdom metas and also getting you Jafar and a great, solid, probably one of the top 3 teams in the game right now. All right, now you're on phase 2. Now, whether you've done the farming in the Sorcerer's Tournament or Club Exchange, because that does go a little bit quicker, or you've completely finished phase 1, here's phase 2, and that's going to be Frozen Favorites. Now, if you don't know already and you can't get enough of the Cozy Club, I do stream on Twitch about 3 times per week, and that's where I like to test out a lot of characters. Make sure you check the description down below for the channel link, and go ahead and drop a follow or a sub. I would love to see you there. Now, Frozen is the newest event to land in DSA, and my gosh, they're amazing. So you're going to want to go ahead and focus them next. It's going to be quite some time from what I think before we see these guys again. So go ahead, once you've gotten your Kingdom team down, your top 5, move towards getting this Frozen team. The great part is you can use a lot of them separately, and they're even better once you have them all together. All right, so the point of this is obviously we want to go after the incredible, let it go, best character in the game, Elsa, and you're going to need all 4 of these people farmed up to 7 stars to get you an completely unlocked Elsa. But for the time being, let's go ahead and get them all at 5 stars so you can make sure if the event does come back fast, you're ready for it. Now, Anna shouldn't take you long at all because you're going to be able to get her in multiple modes. So once you finish up Anna, you're going to want to go ahead and go all for Hades in the Sorcerer's Tournament. And now I say Hades is great because first, he's a mythical character. He's one of the best, hardest hitting, fastest characters within the game, and he can be used with multiple teams as a plug and play. You don't want to be left out if Hercules Events drops in the game and you need Hades. I mean, come on, it's Hercules. All right, so you're going to want to go ahead and get Hades going. Go ahead and start farming him. He'll be great in Tower 5. It's not a bad mistake to get him unlocked and maxed out. All right, now looking at the Club Exchange, we're going to want to go ahead and finish off Kristoff. Now, you should already have him well on his way from phase 1. And then once you get Kristoff, go ahead and finish off that Captain Jack Sparrow that we also got in phase 1, completing the most 2 essential characters in the Club Exchange currently. Now, by this time, you should be done with Tower 3, and you're going to want to go ahead, and unload the amount of saved currency that you have to open these spell packs. Now, if you want to see the top 10 spells that I recommend going after, you can go ahead and see my top 10 spells video that just came out about last week. That should help you understand the spells in general and the significance that they have in the game. Now, Heroes and Villains campaign is really easy because obviously Anna and Kristoff is going to be the focus. And the good news is you should have them both done pretty quickly because you're going to have, again, multiple currencies dedicated for just these two characters. Once you've done them, go ahead and start working on Elastigirl. She's going to be a solid member to go for as the Incredibles will come around, and that's the only character you can really prep for when going for the Incredibles currently. Dash is amazing, and you want to make sure you get Elastigirl in your roster and you don't regret not having her once the event becomes live. All right, now to finish off the Frozen favorites, you're going to go ahead and go to the Grand Campaign, and we're going to find Sven and Olaf here. Now, again, like I said earlier, go ahead, unlock them both at 5 stars. Get Sven to 5 stars, then get Olaf. So once you have them both, go ahead and get Sven to 7 stars first, or you can keep on doing the 6-star, 6-star, so that you make sure you get Elsa when she comes around. Now, Sven is going to be a much better character at first, so go after him, as Kristoff should already be done, and when Kristoff does his basic, well, Sven and him are just a great duo, and you're not going to regret getting both of them at high star counts. Now, lastly, finish off Olaf. He's going to be the last mythical that you need for Tower 5 to get yourself through that, so he's great for that when combined with Hades, and you should be on your way to getting towards more of the end game within DSA. All right, now moving on to phase 3, and this is going to be the last phase that you really need dedicated character farming at, and it's villains, 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 plus Elastigirl. Now, again, remember, we're focused on both having the best teams possible for Club Conquest and other areas in the game, but we also want to make sure we're prepared for events. Downtown Villains, they're a great B team. You're going to be using them in Club Conquest. They're great for getting the Scrooge McDuck coin event where you can get yourself a lot of gold because, trust me, you're going to run low on gold. So this is a great squad to get up for multiple reasons. And most importantly, you're going to get yourself one of the best characters with this squad, and that's going to be Emperor Zurg. So looking at the tournament exchange one last time, we're going to finish off Hades like we were doing in phase 2. If you've already done that, then go ahead and get yourself Mordu. Now, Mordu, guys, I have him last mainly because, well, he's not the best until you get him past star level 6 or 7, but after that, he quickly becomes one of the best tanks and characters within the game. He's more of a plug and play, so take your time on getting him. He's going to be great. If you haven't already, you can beat Tower 4 because you should have enough wilds, and he'll really beef up that tower team to be able to take that down. And altogether, he's a great tank to go after. All right, now looking at the club exchange, you're going to want to go ahead and focus Syndrome. And if it's not Syndrome, go ahead and focus down Sorcerer Mickey. Again, we're trying to get ourselves ready for all the event characters coming. Sorcerer Mickey is a great character, but you really don't need to use him until 6 or 7, as you have the Aladdin squad at this point. He's a phenomenal character, but again, focus on Syndrome to give you the best chance to get Emperor Zurg when he comes around. As a side note, you can start now going after gear a little bit because the gear crunch is real in the game, so start putting some of this currency towards gear to make sure that you're farming up your characters correctly and keeping your star count and your gear count about the same. Now, Tower Exchange, nothing's changed here. Keep on smacking that spell pack. Get those unlocked. This is going to be a grind, so keep working towards that. Now, quickly just looking at the Villains campaign, again, finish off Elastigirl, as she's going to be great for the Dash Incredibles event that comes around. And once you've done that, you can go full laser focus vision onto the Downtown Villains. Now, the Downtown Villains are all dispersed a lot, but within the Heroes campaign, you're going to want to go after the Big Bad Wolf, which you might have unlocked at this point, Demona and Jangles / Randall. You want to make sure you get 5 of these guys to get Zurg unlocked, and this is where you're going to want to focus them. Of course, you can go ahead and focus them into the tournament exchange once you've gotten the recommended characters. I know that the Big Bad Wolf is in there, so focus on him if you need to, or if you're kind of lacking in other areas. Now, Jangles is a great tank, but I personally probably would go after Randall, and that's only because I don't want to be left out if there is a Monsters Inc. event coming in our future. I can't imagine an event where Jangles will be needed after this, and once you have Zurg, Jangles kind of sits on the bench. Now, looking at the last grand campaign, and guys, the Doctor is the truth, let me tell you. He's one of the best, most diverse characters in this game, and he's going to be helpful along your entire journey in DSA, both in tower and in other game modes. You can use him to heal your characters, put polymorphs on the field, get crowd control. He's great to get Zerg, but also he's one of the few characters on this list that you're actually going to use in your roster consistently. So again, right here, we want to focus completely on the Downtown Villains team. Make sure you're spreading the love with all of your currency because they are spread out. Make sure, again, I would go ahead, get him to 5 stars, get him to 6 stars, and get him to 7 stars. You're not in a rush doing one at a time to 7 stars as you already have your core team. So I would go ahead and make sure that you prep yourself for the event so you don't have to really just wait around with a 7-star Jangles and then you have a 4-star Syndrome. That's not going to do you much good. All right, we are in the final phase in Really Cozy Club. This is called, well, you choose. You've made it. By this time, you should have, and this is going to take a while, but you should have the Kingdom team unlocked. You should have Jafar. You should have Frozen team unlocked. You should have a Max Jack Sparrow. You should have the DTVs unlocked. You should probably have Zerk if he's come around. And now it's the luxury of your choice because currently there's not anyone else outside of that you want to focus on. Yes, you can go ahead and focus on Buzz, Woody, and Jesse. They might get another buff. They already got one. If you want to get them, that's going to help you get Bo Peep. But I'm not going to recommend just going for them because this is really your choice. But if you want to go and just go off the beaten path, this is why it's your choice. Go ahead, go for Shere Khan. Get Calhoun just in case there's a Wreck-It Ralph event. This is where you want to analyze and look at every node and decide at this point what's going to best make your roster more prepared for events and going to go ahead and give you the best roster for Club Conquest and other game modes. For Club Exchange at this point, you really don't even need to be wasting the shards and getting these other characters. Put it all towards gear. Make sure that you get your team now the best gear that they can get on them in the fastest way, and that's going to be through the Club Exchange. The good news is it's looking like they're putting new characters when they drop in both Heroes and Grand Energy campaign. So if they drop new characters, this is where you want to start going for them. And guys, there you have it. This is it. This is the 2020 free-to-play farming guide. Guys, I've worked really hard on this. I hope this helps you out in your journey. This is going to give you a dedicated focus so you know exactly what characters you want to go for, and make sure you don't leave any event characters behind while you're at it. Of course, we're going to update this guide throughout the year. And guys, if you haven't already, and I know about 40% of you haven't, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Join the Cozy Club today for the latest news, guides, and videos weekly. I'm excited to get you guys some amazing video content this week, including my top tier list. So I will see you guys soon. I'll see you on Twitch. You guys have a great day, and remember, stay cozy.